All right, guys, welcome back. So this week, I'm going to talk to you about a recap of a video I just posted that I have gotten a lot of questions on. So I was in Fort Lauderdale teaching, and one of my players massively struggled making clean contact every time. Now, when we started working on his swing and I started viewing it, I noticed one of the major problems that he faced was how his lower body moved, which led to major contact issues. Now, when our lower body's movement can get sloppy, it can lead to a lot of issues in terms of timing up impact. I teach my players that I start with when they're younger to make a nice rotary swing where they stay on top of the golf ball and they don't have to worry that much about lateral timing. But a lot of players get in there and move way off the golf ball, move into it, and then move through it, which is a fine matchup as long as you can properly time it up every single time. This player struggled to do that. His knees would really flex out in the backswing. He'd roll all of his pressure away, and he'd have to find a way to straighten everything and get it back to impact, which he massively struggled with. So I'm going to take you guys through some of the fixes that we did, and I'm going to use Max as my model. Hey guys, if you're interested in seeing what I can do with your golf swing, this is your opportunity. Check down below, see all the dates of my golf schools. Send me an email. Let's get you signed up. So I'm going to have Max set up here. Now, when he sets up to this golf ball and takes the club back, his leg work is usually solid, but this player would move here and then they'd get their chest leaning behind the golf ball. Now you can see when he does this, Max has moved significantly behind there. If he just tries to turn and rotate, that club is bottoming out feet behind the golf ball. So we worked on, in the backswing, getting this right leg to extend. Okay? If the leg is extending early on and the knee is pointing out towards the golf ball, he is not going to run into a major issue where he starts rolling the knees around him. That is a great key players can do. Now, when that leg is extending, the other key feel for him was getting the right hip to extend up and back. So that creates turn. That creates a position where you can stay centered over the golf ball. Now, when he was making that movement up, I wanted him to feel like he was extending his lower spine. So just above the belt buckle, we wanted to feel extension while he was turning back. Now the final piece to that puzzle was feeling like the shoulders were creating the tilt down to the golf ball. When I asked him, he told me that the feel to get down to the golf ball is all coming from the hips. When the hips are the ones that are driving that tilt, that can be a major issue. So once we got him up to the top, we've had a position where that lead knee was more in, trail leg was straighter, hips had a little bit of flexion, and the main tilt down on the golf ball was coming out of the shoulders. He is now stable over the golf ball. So we are not in a position where he has to move towards me to get back to the golf ball as much. When we started working transition, it would get sloppy. His knees would start rolling forward in front of his torso, and he would tilt massively back with his torso. That was what was causing the contact issues. So we created a feel where in his downswing, he was going to think that everything was stacked. We wanted to feel the feet, the hips, and the shoulders were all on top of each other. So go up top for me in your good position here. As he's getting his turn, he got that lead knee going out a little bit, but his hips were right on top of his feet and his shoulders stayed on top of his feet. In this position, all we have to worry about is rotation. Okay? A lot of players try and think about getting their hands in front of the golf ball into impact. We can do that through rotation of the shoulder. If the left shoulder is pulling up and back, that's going to pull the hands forward, as long as you're not tilting behind the golf ball. You don't have to drive the shoulders forward in order to get the hands up there. So once we got him in a position where he was allowing his body to do the work, impact cleaned up and the contact came along with it. We were seeing solid strike after solid strike after solid strike. Now the last problem we had to deal with this player was he was getting into slice territory. That golf ball would curve off. With the new movement patterns, he was feeling more rotation. So we had to only clean up the face in this position. We got lucky. His path was pretty good. A lot of players who are hitting slices are getting the path cutting across that golf ball with that wide open face. He was just hitting big block slices. So all we did to clean that portion of his swing up was get the grip on there stronger. Real simple fix after you get through fixing the body to fix that slice. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. Thanks a lot, you guys.